8:50 right now. There are a whole lot of nervous people in Iceland right now because of a volcanic threat.
Wow, there are a lot of signs that an eruption could be happening very soon.
So Fox Weather's Nicole Valdez is with us. And Nicole, even people who are planning to evacuate might not have a route right now. Is that correct?
Well, the good news is that most of the 3,400 people who live in the town of Grindavik, where really the concern is focused, have evacuated. In fact, those orders issued on Friday. Now what we're seeing is police and rescue crews slowly escorting those same evacuees back into a designated portion of that town, just little by little, to allow them to collect essentials, maybe pets that they may have left behind, sort of in the chaos of that initial evacuation. But the threat is still very much real. It could happen at any moment. So they call this a very planned and controlled, really execution of this. But what we're talking about is an really alarming amount of earthquakes here. We're talking about 700 just since midnight. That is unfortunate for so many people who live in this area that are now seeing significant damage as a result of those earthquakes alone. But of course, this seismic activity, this dense swarm, is thanks to the accumulation of magma below the surface of this southwestern peninsula of Iceland. Now, there is some good news, which is that both the seismic activity and intensity is showing signs of decreasing, but there is still concern that this eruption is imminent and could still have major impacts on the community. What we are seeing at this point is images of roads being split in half as that volcanic eruption looms. Sinkholes have been spotted. Some of those cracks in the roads are now actually steaming up. So what's really nerve-wracking for those who have evacuated is, are they going to have anything to come home to? We've been talking to evacuees for the last several days who said they eventually just started having to drive north to get out of feeling earthquakes every few minutes. You know, Iceland is used to volcanic activity. They may have earthquakes here and there, but many of them say they've never experienced anything like this.
Well, we stopped planning Friday night. There's no certainty about whether we will be able to get back to our home or not. It just depends on where the probable eruption is going to happen. If it's coming up in the middle of town, which is a possibility, then there's a great chance that all of Grindavik, all of town, all of the village is going under.
And of course, that small fishing town has many homes, has many businesses, livelihood, but it also has critical infrastructure that defense officials are now essentially on a race to try to protect. We're getting word that many of them are trying to build defense walls around, in one particular case, a geothermal power plant in the southwestern part of the country to hopefully protect it from the lava flows from this imminent eruption. But thankfully, most of the animals and pets who also called this area home, they've been evacuated. Now the focus is shifting to trying to find housing for those nearly 4,000 evacuees, guys.
Wow, incredible to see. Thank you, Nicole Valdez, for that report. And for all of Nicole's reports and trending weather news, download the Fox Weather app right now. You can scan the QR code on your screen or find it in the App Store or Google Play.